Professional wrestling, one of my favorite forms of entertainment. You know, big sweaty men wrestling in tights. My favorite! I've been following professional wrestling for a long time now. And hell, even when I was younger, I used to play the hell out of fighting games and WWE games in general when I was younger. One of my all-time favorite WWE games is SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 and WWE 13. Both those games I would absolutely play the hell out of and were overall fun and exciting games to play. Over time, I would play a few newer games here and there, such as the WWE 2K games. And over time, the quality of the games kind of went downhill. Like a lot. Like, dear God, it's horrible. I remember the last wrestling game that I played was WWE 2K18, and that game was boring. I skipped 2K19 and 20 because I don't care about the 2K games afterwards, and I just didn't give a shit about the game, and I just thought they were all the same damn game, which they were. Until now, baby. Oh yeah, because we got WWE 2K22. Now, a couple of months back, I saw the trailer for it and saw the cover art of it, and I thought, hey, maybe this is a different game, and overall, it kind of looks pretty good. Besides, they have Rey Mysterio as the cover art of the game. He's like my all-time favorite wrestler. Of course I'm excited for it. They even have a full-on game mode dedicated to his career. And best of all, they are bringing back General Manager mode. Like, what? That's freaking amazing. I can't believe it. Okay, maybe I was a little bit too excited for, when the game came out like a month ago or whatever. But it was something new and something that I haven't seen in like a long time. So of course I bought the game. I played it for a couple of hours. Not a couple, I played it for 70 hours already, and I gotta say, it's a huge improvement from the previous 2K games. But of course, there's some huge downsides to it as well. So let's get on with it. First, let's talk about the cons of the game and get them out of the way. My GM mode. My General Manager mode. I was really excited to hear that they added a General Manager mode to the game. I remember playing the game mode back in SVR 2007. It was such a fun and creative game mode with lots to do. However, the GM mode in 2K22 really lacks in content. For starters, my GM, you can only have 2 main card title belts for your brand. That's it. No US Championship, no Tag Team Championships, none of that. Only the WWE Championship and the Women's Championship, which was extremely disappointing. And not just that, but you can only get like 2 to 3 matches for your show per week, and that's it. Like, what? I'm not sure if it's because it's a new layout or not, but I'm just not a fan of the new GM mode layout, and it just overall gives me a headache, and the game mode can be boring at times, and overall there isn't much to do in it, which was really, really disappointing. I might just stick with SVR 2007 GM mode for now on, because I'm not a fan of this one, alright? It's fun for the first hour, not gonna lie, but afterwards it's just really, really exhausting and just boring. 2K Showcase mode is dedicated to the career of Rey Mysterio, and overall this game mode is pretty unique, interesting, and a pretty fun game mode. It's really cool to play most of the classic matches of his career, especially Rey's matches against Eddie Guerrero. However, one huge problem I have with this game mode is that it didn't have one of the biggest matches of Rey Mysterio's WWE career, and that is his match against Randy Orton and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 22, where Mysterio won the damn world title. Like, how can you have a showcase mode dedicated to Rey Mysterio and not include this match? I was just really disappointed when I saw that it wasn't in this game mode. Like, I was blown away. But we got Rey versus Samoa Joe. I mean, that's cool, right? It's a fun game mode, and I really enjoyed it overall. MyFaction, I don't really give a fuck about this mode, but it's a fun, unique game mode, and it's new to the series, I guess. You get to collect these cards of wrestlers and stuff, microtransactions. I mentioned this later on, but you use these cards to create your very own faction and use them to battle and fight other wrestlers and stuff like that. I don't know, I only played an hour of the game mode so far, and probably the only time I'm ever gonna play it. And I guess it's cool and whatnot. However, what's not cool is the microtransactions in this game mode. Why? Why do we need that? Anyway, need I say more? I said enough of MyFaction. Fuck off. MyRise has pretty much the same plot as all the other career modes and all the other 2K games and whatnot, because you just start from the bottom and you work your way to the top to become a wrestling god, or something like that. But this year's MyRise mode has a lot more content than all the previous game modes and has around 1,000 damn stories in this game mode itself, which is a lot, and overall is filled with different stories, characters, and moments that you will encounter throughout the game. From what I've played so far of it, it's definitely better than the other My Career modes that I played in the past 2K games, and overall it's a fun and interesting game mode with hours of content in the mode that won't make you bored for the next, I don't know, year. The most important thing to talk about in this game is the gameplay and controls. And all I gotta say is, I really like it. The previous WWE 2K games were mostly simulation style games with simulation game controls, and overall I just thought it was boring and really slow and janky. I just didn't like the simulation style gameplay of those other 2K games. Like, it's a fighting game. It's supposed to be fast paced with combo buttons and mashing buttons and stuff, right? And oh boy, 2K22 is exactly that. The gameplay is so much faster than all the previous years. The controllers are mostly arcade style controls with fun different combos you can use in the game, and overall it just makes you feel like you're playing a fighting game for once, as it should. It's a fun gameplay with really nice controls and movements, and overall the game itself in its entirety is pretty good. Huge improvement from all the previous 2K games, especially 2K20, because oh my god, 2K20, holy shit. Alright. And I'm going to give WWE 2K22 a 7.3 out of 10 on the Sankobyte review series. Sanko Critic! Besides the lack of 2K showcase matches and the terrible MyGM mode, everything else about the game is fairly solid, and it's a fun game to play overall. Although I encountered a few hiccups and glitches that ended up crashing my game a couple of times, it wasn't too annoying and it doesn't happen very much, and overall, you know, 2K has been updating the game constantly for the past month since the game has been released, so that's good to see at least. You know, unlike 2K20, like I said before, dear god, it's a terrible game. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And next week's video, I will be reviewing the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie, finally. So make sure you stay tuned for that, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!